If I were a gambler, I would bet most of you spend more time scrolling through streaming content than actually viewing it. I would also bet that when you do decide to watch something, it's either The Office, Friends, or Family Guy for the 10 millionth time. Do yourself a favor and download the free TopFlix app on the App Store. TopFlix is a free content discovery app that uses personalized insights to cater to your taste and interests to help you discover new content. Explore and track curated watch lists developed by the tastemakers at TopFlix. In addition to content discovery, this app includes a never-ending library of all upcoming trailers organized by month and year, a daily updated stream of entertainment news, and much more. Seriously, if you like all things entertainment, you really need to download TopFlix. Now, let's get right into the video. But going back to Django, so like for your guys, what are your most favorite? Like, what are your favorite scenes in that movie? For example, the glass scene,
the dinner scene.
Yeah.
Hey! Lay your palms flat on that tabletop. If you lift those palms off that turtle shell tabletop, Mr. Pooch is gonna let loose with both barrels that sawed off.
The scene where Django like goes to the house, he's killing everyone. Like,
Oh!
and Samuel Jackson.
Listen, he is so good in this movie too. Like if you look, like even the subtle things, like he's shaking and stuff, trying to like act like he's really old, which he is like in his 70s now.
Let's spend the night. Go up in the guest bedroom to get too ready.
He gonna stay in the big house?
Stephen, he's a slaver. It's different.
In the big house?
Well, you got a problem with that?
Oh, no, I ain't got no problem with it. If you ain't got no problem with burning the bed, the sheets, the pillowcases, everything else when this black ass motherfucker's gone.
But like in the movie, he's playing.
He's in his 70s.
Like he's 71 years old.
But in the when the movie was made, he was like in his early 60s. But he looked like he was 90. Yeah, it was really good. And like the character that he was so interesting because he loved white people and he hated his own race. Because like that used to happen because they used to have like slaves like he wasn't a slave, but he was like they kept him in the house, right? Like they treated him better. So then he he thought the slaves were like, oh, you're below me, but they're literally the same race and everything. So I found it so interesting how he could go against his own race. Like that was pretty crazy.
To me, I think he is like the main villain of the movie, or like the most evil person in the movie.
Yeah, that's a good point to bring up. Most evil,
because while Leo is just a total piece of crap. I mean, the fact that he is, and like I think he is, like you're saying, I think he is kind of like a slave, but he's treated way better than the other ones, and like they let him oversee the other ones. So like for him to be someone who is a slave, to like hate his own race and stuff, he seems like the most evil to me. You know what I mean? But they're both evil though.
Because Leo was just ruthless. Like remember when he had those the fight in his like in that room, those two guys fighting, and then that guy like basically ripped the guy's arm, like and he was like laughing, he was cheering, he's like, oh. It was just psycho. Like he's just a psycho.
It was really good. And I want to ask you guys about this too. Christoph Waltz.
Oh,
I want to talk about him and his character because in Inglourious Basterds, they're going to play a different character. I personally like Inglourious Basterds as a better movie, and I'm into the war stuff. It's nothing against Django. Like they're equally good. I just prefer Inglourious Basterds because I like that war stuff. But Christoph Waltz, I want to talk about his character because he was like a completely different person in Django. I'll be honest, I liked him as a villain more than a good guy. So what are your thoughts on that? Who wants to go first? Luke, how about you go first?
Well, I think it's almost a little hard to compare because they're so different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because King Schultz is like such a good dude. I mean, he didn't have to help Django out, but he's like, I'll teach him how to fight, and he can help me make some money. And sure, I mean, I'll risk my life and go. And at the end, he even pays all of that money when they make him pay full price for Broomhilda. Once they find out that they're trying to con them and stuff, he throws his wallet down, so he pays all that money. So that shows how good of a guy he is, right? But I was watching this with one of my buddies a while back. I've seen this like 20 times or something. But I was watching this with one of my buddies a while back, and they could have got out of there like safe, right? They're eating white cake, I think is what there's a scene where Leo's like dessert in the parlor where he overemphasizes the W. He's like, we're eating white cake.
Yeah,
like
it's white cake.
Oh, yeah.
Now, gentlemen, if you care to join me in the parlor, we will be serving white cake.
It looks real good too. Like they have a shot of somebody eating it. It looks good. But I'll just talk about food the rest of the time, so I need to switch topics. But but yeah, so they could have made it out safe, right? Like all he had to do was shake his hand.
You really want me to shake your hand? I insist.
But I'm totally with him though. Like he shoots him and then he looks at Django. He's like, sorry, I just couldn't resist shooting
I was gonna say that.
I'm on his side. I'm on his side with that because I would have done the same thing, I think.
He was so like with his beliefs, he stood his ground, he didn't shake his hand, and he probably knew that he was gonna die. But he like didn't want to give him that satisfaction of like, I'm gonna shake this racist asshole's hand. And like and that line, I couldn't resist. That's iconic. Like,
oh yeah,
I couldn't resist.
Yeah, no, that was just that movie's so good. Like everything.
Again, I like it a lot.
What a way to go out. You know, what a way for his character to go out. Like, I mean, it's sad that he died because he's such a cool character, but I mean, he, like you said, he stood his ground. He killed like the main bad guy of the movie. I mean, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But, like he immediately gets, that's the thing in Tarantino movies too. Like you never know who's going to make it near the end. I knew Django would make it to the end in this one, but a lot of times like there will just be these big shootouts where like everybody's getting killed and you don't know who's
Reservoir
gonna...
Dogs.
Yeah. Everybody's just like that Mexican standoff that they have.
Yeah, it's just like you don't know. Like even Kill Bill, there's like a massacre. Like it's just like so much.
Yeah. He does a lot of good movies. And fun fact, my mom's maiden name is Tarantino. So my mom's side, last name's Tarantino.
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
That is super cool. I've never heard that last name except for Quentin Tarantino. So
Guys,
that's awesome.
You know he's Italian, right?
Yeah. I kind of figured that's what he was, but I didn't know.
Yeah.
I gotta break it to you guys. I'm his son.
Yeah, if you were his son, we would be rolling in money.
I know I'm not.
You don't look like him though.
You don't.
I just don't tell you.
I
how much
mean, no
have.
offense. Like I love Quentin, but he's not an attractive man.
Not at all.
No, he's definitely not, and he's not a good actor either.
He has a foot fetish.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Every movie, there's a close up of feet.
Pulp Fiction was like that was a movie where it showed a lot. Like it's like okay, this guy's a mess.
Wiggle your big toe.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
Her feet on the dash, in the car, like
and in the theaters too.
Everywhere, like in the theater, yeah.
It's all dirty, and that was weird because like it was all dirty feet. Like they were hippies, right? So like it was just kind of disgusting. I didn't want to see that. Like what the fuck.